Particularly keen in this hour to hear from any Manchester United fans. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer handed a new contract, and that news broke yesterday morning. And I think that's where we'll start. Darren Ambrose, you were on air yesterday afternoon, and you were pretty in favour of the new contract.
Well, kind of, yeah. Look, I can see arguments on either side, of course. And like before we start, I'm not a Manchester United fan, so I can't speak for Man United fans. But I just look at when Ole first took over of the football club. Now, I'm not talking Louis van Gaal won a trophy, Mourinho won 2 trophies. When Ole first took over in 2018, from what it was last season, there's progression. They're improving. They've given him a transfer fund.
Improving on what, though?
Well, improving. The first season, he finished 6th. Then they finished 4th. Then they finished 2nd. I think last season they won the second most amount of games. They scored the second most amount of goals. That's not good enough, of course, for Manchester United in terms of finishing 2nd, of course. But there's been improvement under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The issue is, and I heard Perry and Leanne talking on the Sunday session with Sam, that did he deserve a new contract because he's not winning trophies? You could have that argument and say you didn't need to give him a contract. You could have waited because no other club will probably. You can't knock the door down and say, look, give me a new contract or I'm off. That's the only argument you can have. But in terms of pressure that now comes with what the new contract, there's got to be some kind of get-out clauses for Manchester United. I don't know what you think about this, Crookie, but I know you're strong. You've been against Ole for a little while now, so what do you think of it?
Against is a big word. I want him to do well. I was desperate for Manchester United to win that Europa League final and finally to be able to say they've won a trophy under Ole. It was a massive chance. I think Villarreal finished 7th in the Spanish league. He was absolutely schooled that night by Unai Emery, as was Arteta in the semi-final, by the way, but that doesn't make it any easier to stomach. My question to you is this. 2.5 years, numerous semi-final defeats, a final defeat in that Europa League as well, runners-up spot in the Premier League. Do you think Carlton, when he got the job, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it was a real left field appointment. I think it was only seen as an interim appointment to try and bring a smile back to the club and raise the gloom that seemed to follow Jose Mourinho. He achieved that. Then he goes on this incredible winning run, and Rio Ferdinand goes on his speech about giving him everything he wants, sign him the contract. They beat Paris Saint-Germain, he gets that contract. If you'd have said to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer 2.5 years ago, 2.5 years down the line, you still won't have won a trophy, but we're going to reward you with a contract until 2024, a 3-year contract.
Oh, you'd be buzzing.
Would he have believed you?
Who, Ole?
Yeah.
Oh, probably not. Obviously not. Listen, for me, it depends. I said it on Sports Bar the other day with Jason Cundy. I said, I really feel that what the outside world sees, the fans see, is not what the Glaziers are seeing. They've got a plan of what they want to do and where they want to go in the future with whoever they got at the helm. And I really believe that they've got this plan for Ole, and there's nothing that can sway that. And that just proved my point the other day when he got given a new contract, because they're obviously happy with the progression that he's applying at the club, and they don't care about anything else. They've got their plan. Whether their plan matches up with the fans' plan or whoever wants to criticise, it doesn't matter to them. Remember, these guys are not real football people and don't really understand you have to win stuff. These are those owners. They knew that getting Man United to the Super League and all this they'll disgruntle fans and everything. They obviously don't care about the fans, So this is actually another thing that they just shows me they don't understand the game and they don't understand what it means to be a Man United person or a fan or a player. They have to win stuff at Man U, and this is just accepting mediocrity.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think if there is a get out, it would be if they don't qualify for the Champions League. David Moyes was relieved of his duties when it was mathematically impossible to qualify for the Champions League. I think I'm right in saying that Van Gaal was fired hours after winning the FA Cup because they couldn't qualify for the Champions League. They clearly weren't going to qualify for the Champions League under Jose Mourinho when he was fired. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a clause in the contract that makes it cheaper for Manchester United to get rid of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer if they miss out on the top 4 and therefore the riches that come with it. Here's another question to you, Darren Ambrose. There are 20 clubs in the Premier League. If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did become available, how many of those clubs would even consider him as their new manager? Because I don't think any would consider him as their new manager.
That's a bit harsh.
I do. I think people would consider him. And the problem is they consider him now. If we take the contracts out of consideration and the price tag that he would bring in terms of wages, I think they would, because he's been at Manchester United for so long. And Manchester United is it's one of the best clubs in the world, of course. So that's what he brings to it now, is experience the top level football. He's come. I think mediocrity is a little bit harsh. I think coming second behind Man City, who are an unbelievable team, getting to 4 semi-finals and a final. Okay, it's not mediocre. I think you look at teams that are not in them tournaments, that's mediocre. They're still at a high level, but as we've stated, Coley, that Manchester United need to win things. You are blinded a little bit by the success they had a few years ago and the Alex Ferguson era, of course. Everyone goes back to that. They need to get back to that.
How long ago was that?
It was a long time. They need to get back to winning trophies. But
they were winning trophies fairly recently. Van Gaal won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Jose won the League Cup. And the Europa League.
So it just shows you the level of the manager that they had at the helm at the time. They can still grind out silverware, and that's what it is. He's not done it in the last 2 years. So, and he's been what is it? 3 years he's been there. 2.5 years. Yeah. So he's not done anything, and that's a lot of time.
I think
especially with a team that he's got. He's there. He's right there. He's on the cusp of things. He almost did. But almost is not enough for Man United.
Here's another question. Back page of The Sun today, they talk about Ole's new contract, £9 million a year, they say. But future of star still in doubt. There's a picture of Paul Pogba playing basketball or weightlifting in Florida. Would Paul Pogba have turned down the contract? Would he be looking to leave if Pep Guardiola was the Manchester United manager? Is he leaving because the club have put their faith in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and he doesn't believe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can deliver the success that he craves?
Potentially, yeah. But look, if Pep Guardiola was there for the same amount of time as Ole and still hadn't won...
He'd have won a trophy.
Yeah, but...
He'd have probably won 4.
Yeah, but you're asking if Pogba is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer if Pep was the manager. But if he was and had the same outcome as Solskjaer had, yeah, I'm sure he'd be looking to get away as well. So you could say it is probably the lack of ambition, but also you don't know why Pogba is not signing his contract. Does he want to go back to France? Does he want to be happy where he's playing? We don't know that. That's just speculation. So in a couple of weeks, he may have signed a contract. So he seems to get on well with everyone, Ole. That's something that gets put often to Ole. Is he too nice? He seems to get on really well, but it's not really about niceness. It's about how he performs on the pitch in his team. And I'm happy that the club is sticking by him, but I do feel it's his last chance. If he gets all the signings he wants as well, it's his last year.
But are you happy because you're a Tottenham fan? I mean, Perry Groves was on earlier and he was saying as an Arsenal fan, I'm absolutely delighted that Manchester United have put their faith in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I want to pick up on what you said there about him being too nice. From what I'm told, he does have a side to him. He can lose his rag with the players. You don't achieve what he did as a player without having that winning mentality. I don't think niceness is the problem. I think tactically he's been found out. He was found out in that Europa League final. He was found out in the Europa League semi-final the previous season against Sevilla. He was found out against Leicester in the FA Cup when he picked the completely wrong team and they ended up going out in that competition. Every time they've got in a position to actually challenge for silverware, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come up short. That's not because he's too nice. That's because he's not a good enough manager.
Ooh. Listen, do you know how hard it is to be a manager, let alone manage Manchester United? Yeah.
9 million a year, I'd have a go.
I understand what you're saying. But look, I'm not an Ollie basher by any means stretch, but I look at him and I think he is a good manager at a certain level. I don't know.
Mulder.
At a certain level, but is he improving? Is he improving as a manager? Since he's been, when he took over as interim manager, has he improved? Would you say he's improved?
Yeah, but he should be learning on the job at Manchester United.
Well, he is.
It's not work experience.
This is the
Darren Ambrose has got better, but we won't give him the job.
This is the position you find yourselves in as a Man United fan. Is he improving? Is he improving? And I'm just asking you.
Is he improving enough to win a trophy? No.
Okay, so how long do you think it's going to take for him to win a trophy at the rate he's going of improvement?
I can't see him winning a trophy.
What?
I think he'll
What,
come
in the
up
next
short.
3 years?
I think he'll come up short.
In the next 3 years, you think he'll come up short still?
If
He won't win a
If
trophy.
you sign Sancho, if you
I
sign
think he will.
Varane.
I think he will win a trophy. He's been close. He was close last year. He will. If you give him another 2 years, if it's not this year, it'll be the year after that. Trust me, he'll win a trophy.
Give him another 2 years, says Carlton Cole. Too nice.
I'm not
says
saying
Darren
that. I'm not
Ambrose.
saying that, but I'm just looking at the pros and cons.
But Darren Ambrose backs him anyway. I'm clearly unconvinced. What do you think, Manchester United fans? What do you think, non-Manchester United fans? Are you celebrating this news?